It's been 1 month since the schooljacking.
Oh no, net crime's growing worse. Will we see how? No.
No more cybercrime.
It's Saturday, which means there's no school. Except remember, this game would take place in Japan or somewhere Japan adjacent, so classes are on Saturday because fuck you.
Yeah.
Sounds like the worst thing.
Mm,
Actually, I think, isn't that not the case anymore?
I hope so. I really hope so. It wouldn't surprise me if they've changed from mandatory 6-day weeks to, well, you only have to go 5 days. We're offering school on a 6th day, and if you don't go, we'll call you a bitch.
Alright, well, I just need to check whatever the next Persona game is. Does that have school on a Saturday? That's a good way to gauge it.
Oh, yeah.
More importantly, though, doesn't seem like we have water, so I guess we won't have breakfast. Which, of course, means Land's Day is already off to a hellish start. It doesn't seem like Mail had water either.
Oh no. Insidious plan by Double 3 to spread the coronavirus. Can't wash it away now.
I mean, if they took the pond water, I would imagine there's no water at all. So, by now it's seeming pretty obvious, but, no water anywhere. Hey kid, what do you think about this? He's also late, later than Lan, which is impressive. Alright, well, maybe don't tell me to hurry up when there's apparently a drought. Thankfully, Lan doesn't have to run, he can just skate to class, which, you know, as we all know, does not take any energy at all. Oh well, even if we could find the bathroom, you can't use it.
I mean, you can use it, you just can't flush it. Not to be gross or anything, but...
What kind of monster would do that in a public toilet, though? I mean, what's worse than broken?
Yeah, what are you implying, Mail?
Do the toilets have knives now? Are they stabbing people? The toilets are an active rebellion. Oh no.
I went to use the urinal and it closed and bit my dick off.
But the good news in all of this is, there is a chip shop that's going to open, and it's run by Mr. You-Know-Who! Which, you could probably guess who that is, but, you know, I don't know who it is. Certainly not. Anyway, we've got Gutsman again. I think this is V3, it's probably V3. I don't remember how much health he had last time. Let's see if he has any new moves, though. Let's see if he does anything fancy. Getting his ass kicked, that's not new. It's what happens to Gutsman every time.
Anyways, I noticed we had the opportunity to summon Gutsman to defeat Gutsman.
Yep. And it is pretty effective against Gutsman, because, like, he does have to walk around. So, like, if he just collapsed his whole front row, it would be harder to hit him, but also, like, if you had distance chips, you could nail him. It's a very specific strategy, but, like, if you could somehow corner him, then you could just, you know, throw stuff at him until he dies. And now he only has 2 rows, which actually does make that strategy a little better. Not perfect, but hey, now we're getting our own panels back, which is good. And look at that! Thanks to my area steal strategy, he's placed himself in the worst possible spot.
Now you can just point and laugh at him.
And I plan on it. Of course, his tiles do reform pretty quickly, but still, for a couple glorious seconds. Area Steal, of course, does not wear off unless the enemy uses Area Steal. And... just gonna shoot him. Unfortunately, we only got 500 Zenny for that, because that was just busting level 5. Pfft, that was nothing.
Yeah, styling on him. Pff, amateur hour over here.
Oh, well, water's missing, and also, there was a kidnapping, I guess.
No, that kid stole the water.
Just stole all the water, drank all of the water in town. He's really hard to miss by this point. He is bloated to hell and back.
There's a very waterlogged child running around.
Not really running so much as Katamari-ing by this point.
Just like a Red Rider wagon filled with gallons of water behind him.
Look, I'm just a teacher. I don't know when the water's coming back. So yeah, class is cancelled, but also, we don't have anything to drink. Mega Man seems like he's, just straight to the point. No water? Okay, clearly we need to do something about this.
We are the only competent person in the entire town.
Mega Man is the only competent person in the town. We're just carrying him. Ugh, parents are just useless. So yes, literally all of the water. Even sewer water in case you were desperate. Not that that's particularly healthy, but you know. They want to make sure you die of dehydration, not from whatever gross bacteria is in there. This conversation is making me thirsty!
How did they do this with the internet? It just ran delete all water.exe.
Whoops, accidentally deleted all the water. Sorry. So anyway, there's a car here now, but also, look, Higsby's open to shop. I guess we'll just check out the car real quick. It's saying oomph, oomph, but that doesn't really matter, because Higsby's open to shop. What do you have to say? So yes, we now have a chip shop. Well, sure, why not? So yes, the chip traders are a staple throughout the entire Battle Network series, except I think probably Network Transmission, but that game's weird anyway. Also, if I remember correctly, typically the 3 chip traders are blue, and like the 10 chip traders are red, but they switched them in later games. Or this one is different, that's what I'm trying to say. Here's the mascot of my shop, a huge nerd. Well, obviously I do, Higsby. So yeah, Higsby's just good now. He's got a chip shop. So we can't get anything particularly amazing, although there are a few good ones, like Barrier, which will nullify an enemy attack. Or Elect Sword, which is wide sword but electric based, and also it has 120 power. Elect Sword's pretty good, especially right now, so I'd suggest getting one. Repair also repairs your own tiles, but I'm not getting that. So, this machine right here has Numberman data. So this is how you refight Numberman. You don't fight him on the net, you fight him here. Alright, mine is like the worst chip I could have gotten for this guy. He doesn't move at all. Alright, so Numberman's the same as he was before. I think the projectiles he sends out are like slightly higher values than they were for his V1 fight, but they're still not a problem. You can destroy them easily enough. Especially if you've upgraded your Buster's power at all, which you should. And I think 100 damage will pierce the 5-1. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, that's right. I forgot. Fireman doesn't actually affect those. They can just ignore fire. Sure, why not? Prove me wrong, why don't ya? Oh, and it should be obvious by now, but Numberman does not have an element, so he doesn't have a weakness. And we're already at Phase 2, and he's just gonna start dropping bombs on us instead of sending number-based projectiles that we can destroy with our Buster. It's a little bit hard to tell, like, where the dice are supposed to land, but I believe they always land in the front row, so just, or front column rather, so, just be in the second column and they won't land on top of your head. Same goes for the time bomb. That should always be in the front. So, again, be in the second column. Stuff won't telefrag you, and you're good. Alright, well, let's end this nerd.
We dared stop a time bomb.
And even with a measly busting level of 5, we get Numberman. I believe the Numberman Mega Chip is just his dice attack, which is why I never use it. So let's instead use the chip exchanger and see what we get. So the 3 chip exchange, of course, isn't really going to get you anything too fancy. We just got Crossgun F, which isn't too good. Instead, we definitely want, not that one, but the 10 exchanger. So let's see, what can we get from this? We've got a whole lot of chips to trade. So what are we gonna get? We beat the game! We got Anubis T! Anubis is broken! Set Anubis statue to reduce HP. This is poison. We'll certainly be seeing this later. It's not the best code, of course. T's not, great for my chipset, but, there are better codes for Anubis that I will be getting from the chip exchanger later on. Usually I'll do chip exchange stuff off-screen, so if new chips appear in my folder, that's why. You won't see anything too fancy, though. Just better forms of Anubis. Yep, kidnapping. Yeah, well, I got other stuff to do, yay. Alright, well, I guess we can do that. We're not gonna find water, but, nice of you to hope for it. Alright, well, before we went to the Psi Lab, because Mega Man really wanted that power-up program, but you probably noticed the Waterworks here as well. That was kind of the point of our initial trip, was to just pass through Waterworks, so now we know where to go. Our trip to attempt to see Dad was fruitful after all. Ugh, how dare people be busy. I want to complain.
There's all sorts of microorganisms in that. You will die.
There's a reason we filter this. I know it looks clean and like a giant block of water, but trust me, you don't want to drink that.
Look, clear does not equal clean.
Animals piss there, come on.
This will get you killed in the wilderness. If something is clear, there's usually a reason for it, and it's not always a healthy reason.
Aw, we can't fight New Woodman. He probably needs water to sprout anyway.
If I have anything to drink all day, I'm about to die. Lad, and it'll be your fault.
I'm old. I really need hydration. Please, God, I earn minimum wage here. Don't complain to me.
Everyone with any power is hiding in their office.
And of course, the line's real long.
We are this close to busting out the guillotines.
I feel so sorry for these desk workers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hey, who are you, very specifically designed character?
Are you an anime rival?
Him? No, never. He is, however, an official net battler. He's got a license to delete. You know, actually, I'm starting to think he might be an anime rival. Him and his dumb camo pants.
I was about to say, I like how he's only wearing camo pants. He wants to be found, but not his legs.
It's so you can't see his kicks coming.
I was gonna comment, like, why did they just design him as a floating torso? That was kind of weird.
Mega Man thinks it's cool that he can just fight wherever he wants to. Yeah, I'm definitely official net battler.
Is he your ID card? No.
I left them in my other pants. Well, we need an ID. What if we just got an ID from someone in Scilab? Someone who we could legally find because he's our dad.
What if we just commit fraud?
It's fine, he's not here. Look, the name tag says Dr. Hikari. Lan isn't a doctor. Certainly not, but like, you know, it's mostly right. Didn't just steal an ID.
Maybe I'm just not paying attention, but if Lan's dad is not at work and he's not at home, where is he all the time?
I mean, he's at work, he's just not in his office.
Okay, so he's working abroad or in the field. Okay. I must have forgotten that.
He is never present, even when we try to see him at work. Say I will just sneakily use the Scilab ID and just go down to Waterworks, it's fine. I've seen precisely 2 children and it's weird.
Wait, that's a water cooler? That's a water fountain. Dude. Dude, that's not a water cooler.
I guess it keeps the water cool.
Even if it is literally a machine that cools water, that doesn't make it a water cooler. Water cooler is a very specific thing.
Yeah, it's a thing that hopefully doesn't have Wi-Fi. Yeah, the water cooler is Wi-Fi. We just listen in on everybody's conversations.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously they just had physical thieves running around stealing the physical stuff. There's no way that they just pushed a button and all of the drinks in the entire city evaporated.
Oh, hey, you have a portrait. Wow, effective plan, Lan. Hey, ACDC doesn't have water. Yeah, I fucking know. Nobody has water.
He looks like a slightly more detailed version of every other male NPC.
Would have been bad if it were a World 3 scheme, but actually it was just Santa Claus breaking into every house stealing everybody's water bottles.
Turns out everyone was naughty this year.
And when everybody's naughty, that means everybody dies.
It was the secret game you didn't even know you were playing.
This is the worst horror movie. Oh, Jack Import, don't mind if I do.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Alright, what do we got around here? Well, a battle, clear. Oh, I love this enemy animation so much. So, this is just Piranha. No, not Piranha.EXE, Piranha. We didn't get to see what their gimmick is, but we got Tri-Arrow. Tri-Arrow is actually a pretty good battle chip, especially since its damage number is actually misleading. It'll look low, but it's called Tri-Arrow, which means you shoot 3 arrows, so it's 3 times the damage it displays, provided all the attacks actually connect. That is, of course, a pretty big if, but, you know, oh, hey! Guess what? It's Piranha 2, The Revenge! It's like normal Piranha, but more so. So yeah, their gimmick is basically, all of them will just send out a cursor forward, and if anyone makes contact with you, all of the piranhas on the battlefield will fire an arrow. I forget if the AI allows them to be in every row, but if that happens, oof. Sorry, buddy. I don't even remember if 3 piranhas can spawn. Actually, I'm pretty sure they can. Oh wow, recover 200L. A touch awkward on that chip code, but otherwise really good. In fact, you might even want to hold off on it, because 200's a lot of HP. Like, it's unlikely you're going to lose that much in a fight. And if you do, you're probably already dead. Some of the, oddly placed viruses can actually do a lot of damage, like Sal's computer. I know I mentioned the viruses can like 2-hit kill me at this point in the game. Oh well, it's locked, so we can't trespass there. Darn it.
What's this? There's no water anywhere. What's this? No droplets in the air. What's this?
No, actually, they stole all the water moisture as well.
I'm surprised they didn't take the water out of our bodies or something.
They didn't quite have enough time for that. You only have so many hours to work in the night.
Anyways, you know, rip to every single pet fish in AC/DC.
Yep, they're all dead. Where could we hide where nobody will find us? Perhaps a location where nobody will visit. Perhaps, say, our dad's lab.
The only other location in this building, maybe.
Oh, don't worry, there's plenty more, it's just all underground. Just all out of view. Alright, yeah, my dad never comes back. Any location I visit is a place where my dad isn't. Alright, I guess everybody only works till noon on Saturday. Okay.
You know, during a crisis.
Yeah, everybody, especially Waterworks employees, are going to be off of work. All the water's gone. Well, whatever, it's gotta wait till Sunday. And on Sunday, we leave at 8. Alright, well, the water cooler's open now. Well, we can jack into it, but let's check out to see if we can get into the pump room. Nope, we can't. It's locked now.
And you shouldn't jack into the water cooler. That will get you fired.
And somebody must be hacking in there because they're typing constantly. So, there's only one place to jack into, so let's do it. Here we go! Oh no, we've been caught! Oh, but you're definitely not an employee. I don't care how lax the dress code is, they're not letting you wear that. Okay, I'll definitely do that. Thankfully, she just leaves.
Well, are we going home? No!
She was easily tricked. It's fine, we're good. Alright, so somehow the water cooler gets us into the Waterworks PC. Sure.
We need to have a talk about cybersecurity.
Just logging in through the water fountain, it's fine. Alright, so, Waterworks PC. You can probably see one of the gimmicks right off the bat. Ice, we slide on it. For example, if we slide like that, we can fall off the ledge.
There's some incredibly powerful ice physics.
Yep. Very Pokemon-esque, if, in fact, even more so. You're also going to want to get used to diagonal movement, because sometimes you'll just have to move diagonally to get to where you need to go. Like
that
right there.
Seems cheap. I probably wouldn't have gotten past this part as a kid, because I wouldn't have assumed you could do that.
So yeah, the other gimmick are those water handles. We needed to turn that one off, but there is more to the gimmick than just that. Which we'll see in Waterworks Part 2. But hey, who are you?
Oh, it's him.
Yeah, Beautiful Joe, I love that guy.
Mm-hmm. This is from the Edgy reboot.
Excuse me, I would never do a crime. How dare you?
Oh, it's Proto. I thought it was Zero.
Also, great mistranslation there. Loads chawed.
Here I was being a snarky asshole about this obviously being Zero, and it's actually Proto Man.
Yep. With a sword.
Jeez.
Also, great line attribution there. And this is my NetNavi Proto Man, who is me, talking right now. Yeah, I could murder you, but I'm not going to. There he go.
So, you can decide not to answer this if you want, but is Zero in this game, or did they just make Proto Man into Zero?
He is not in Mega Man Battle Network 1, no.
Okay. I guess this makes me think that like they wanted to use him, but were told for whatever reason they couldn't, so they just turned Proto Man into Zero.
That is kind of the case, yeah, because, like, you saw he had a sword. Proto Man in the classic series doesn't have a sword, he just has the shield.
He also had hair. Like Zero.
Extremely so, yeah. He is incredibly Zero. Also, here's this very suspicious individual who's told us not to go that way, so I guess we won't go that way. Let's just listen to him, it's fine. So yeah, as the Navi back there said, water will actually melt the ice, and one very small helpful thing is that melted ice will stay melted permanently, even if you jack out. So that puzzle at least will stay solved, which is nice. We got Wide Sword C, which, you know, doesn't work well with most other swords initially, because most of your wide swords start at S, but, you know, you can use that if you've got a lot of other C chips. Alright, so yeah, now we've pretty much seen all of the puzzles this one has to offer. Though, to be fair, they do vary it a little bit, like this section right here is more about turning off the faucets, which isn't a puzzle so much as choose where to go. Did you go the right way? Okay, cool, you can turn off the water. But hey, it's a little bit of variance amongst the rest of what this PC can do. I would also like to mention this is more of a movement dungeon than a resource one for certain. Unlike the first dungeon, where we had to put out fires. Oh wow, we already got M Cannon L. M Cannon is the best version of the cannon chip. I think it's 120 damage? It hurts a lot. Obviously, if you don't have a lot of L chips, you might want to hold back on using it, because this is the only one we have, and you might not have synergy with the rest of your folder.
Also, we have Anubis, so we already have the best weapon.
Yep, Anubis is in fact the one on the right there. But first we've got a mini-boss out of nowhere. Yes, you will always run into these two. So, we've got two different bears. These are the Cold Bears. In fact, it's Cold Bear 2 and 3. Purple was the Cold Bear 2, this is Cold Bear 3. We're going to kill it now. So, one thing is, enemies can destroy Anubis if they actually manage to attack it, but it's behind a broken tile, and even if it wasn't, we could just lure the bear into attacking us anyway, so, yeah. That's Anubis. It's broken. Somehow it made it into the rest of the Battle Network series, and I don't know how, because it's so good. So yeah, that was the Waterworks dungeon. It was super easy, and we didn't have to fight a net Navi. Isn't that nice? So let's just ignore the fact that a significant portion of that dungeon was blocked off by some weirdo Navi, and go back to AC/DC because we've solved this problem. Also, everybody's still on lunch break, isn't that nice? Good that they have a long lunch break around here. Alright, time to go back to AC/DC and be praised for our efforts. I know, Frog, we're so great, aren't we? Alright, let's go check out the water and how great it is right now. Oh, well.
We made it purple.
Don't think that's good.
Now it's just very powerful water.
Yeah, very powerful. Let's just see how this guy reacts to it. Because, he is very thirsty.
Even if it was clean, it's a fucking pond. I'll be dead.
Yeah, he's dead now. Well, seems we may have done a bad job. In fact, Chad has decided to somehow find our phone number just to call us and tell us we've fucked up.
You murdered several people.
Great, now the anime rival has a reason to complain at us, as if he needed that. Well, I guess we're gonna have to fix this one on the next episode of Mega Man Battle Network. Back to Waterworks.